Hello everybody, and welcome to the Lakeshore Professional Voice Center, Lakeshore Ear, Nose, and Throat Center annual World Voice Day concert celebration. We are thrilled to be back at the Baldwin Theater here in Royal Oak, Michigan. And by the way, we are so excited again to have the wonderful Juliana Codino, who came to join the Lakeshore Professional Voice Center voice team all the way from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Juliana, let's go.
Thank you, Dr. Rubin, and I must say, I am honored to be a part of the Lakeshore Voice team, but I am particularly touched that you've decided to include me in your opening show.
Well, we're a team.
Well, I know, but we usually like to come out and open the show with a jaw-dropping performance, dazzling the audience, hyping them up with your performance skills.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, this is kind of difficult because I don't know if you know this about me, but I do like being the center of attention, and my mom, if she could be here today, would attest to that. I guess the little ego that I had left from my acting days before it was pounded away by my surgical training, it needs a little boost every now and then.
Dr. Rubin, your ego is not little.
Oh, thank you.
And you know that I consider it my prime responsibility as your voice pathologist to boost it day in and day out, and particularly to get you ready for your World Voice Day concert.
Oh, Juliana. I've always loved this day when we celebrate our voices. We get to teach the audience how to make good voice choices. Now it's our time to go out and set their voices free. And we can do it together, you and me, but mostly me. You and me, but mostly me, are gonna fix voices together. 'Cause I can do stroboscopy,
and I can stand next to you and watch.
Every surgeon needs a sidekick. Must remind me that I'm great.
You are!
You do pretty good voice therapy.
That's awfully nice of you to say. Your surgeon hands are so steady, I'm sure they all agree. And all these people have come to see you and me,
but mostly me. Something incredible. I'll do something incredible. Gonna make their voices sing out loud and clear. I can help anyone as soon as COVID's done. Gonna send them all to Broadway someday soon.
And we'll still see patients together. And I'll stay out of your way.
Out of my way.
I'll cheer all your decisions and make your ego feel okay.
Mostly me.
So quit singing about it and do it. I'll forget my PhD. 'Cause now the concert's about to start. The singers will sing straight from the heart.
And we're gonna help their voices, you and me, but me mostly. And we're gonna help this audience, me and you, but mostly me. I forgot. It's COVID.
Okay, go.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
It was.
We were able to rush back here to this beautiful setting on this beautiful Detroit spring day,
Yeah.
Michigan spring day, and changing out of our formal wear into our Lakeshore Professional Voice Center t-shirts. There are only 2 of these that exist in the world, so I'm sorry, don't get your hopes up. We are very excited for our virtual World Voice Day concert. And just a few words about World Voice Day. This was started in Brazil to raise awareness of laryngeal cancer. So people wouldn't take a change in their voice quality for granted. They could be diagnosed sooner and hopefully treated better. But now
it's become a cultural event and also an opportunity to do screenings, and many voice centers around the world join efforts to raise awareness on April 16th or around the date.
many people, maybe even you, take their voices for granted, and it's not until you lose your voice for a significant period of time that you recognize how important it is to your quality of life, to your occupation, to everything. Think about reading to your loved one without a voice. And don't forget that a persistent, prolonged change in your vocal quality can be the sign of a major medical issue. So any persistent change in your voice for more than a couple weeks should be evaluated by an otolaryngologist. This is the first year that we are dedicating the concert to anyone, but for the rest of its run, we will be dedicating this concert to Dr. Christina Jackson Minaldi, who this past year lost her battle with breast cancer. Dr. Minaldi was a brilliant voice pathologist and voice scientist with whom I had the pleasure of working for many years. She co-founded the Lakeshore Professional Voice Center with Dr. Dan Megler, our president, and she really contributed a lot to the field, was a phenomenal clinician and helped so many patients. And I learned a lot from her, and I just had wonderful, wonderful times with her.
And I can't say enough good things about her. She was a very generous supervisor, mentor for me. She hosted the sister program. She received speech language pathologists from around the world that were interested in voice, and she would train them. Again, so generous and always looking to bring out the best in everyone. And she's the reason why I'm here working with you.
Yes.
And she also directed, and she's the reason why I got a PhD, because she was pushing me to do it. And I'm not sure. And she said, go ahead, do it. She was my director. And
she just got this past week.
Yeah.
So congratulations. So yes, so this will be the Lakeshore Professional Voice Center, Christina Jackson Minaldi World Voice Day Concert. So we are here to celebrate that. And as you can see, we are outside. Juliana and I are not totally social distance, but we are both vaccinated, and we'll use this opportunity to encourage all of you to get vaccinated so we can get rid of this COVID, and then we can start having in-person concerts. That's probably the most important thing. And being outside, you might hear a lot of birds chirping, and well, birds don't have a larynx. They have what's called a syrinx. So really, they have nothing to do with today's event, except to make it a little more joyous. You also may notice that in some of our scenes, we have sun, some we have clouds, and that's a fire, and some we don't. And that's because we are amateurs, and we don't have a good scene coordinator, making sure all the props and the sets are in the same spot for when we come back, because we realize we forgot to do something. So let's get started. Our first performer is Jeremy Gibbs Brown. If you search him up, it'll be under Gibbs Brown. He is an amazing Detroit performer. He has performed all over Southeast Michigan with numerous very talented musicians. He writes his own music, and he's just got a beautiful, gorgeous voice. I think you will enjoy it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jeremy Brown. I go by Gibbs Brown sometimes when performing, and happy to be here participating in this great event to bring awareness to vocal health. And about a year ago at this time, I came to see Dr. Rubin without any voice, not able to sing, barely able to speak because of a vocal injury. And from that point onward, I felt like I was in great hands. He instilled a lot of confidence in me from that first visit, said we're going to get this fixed. And then after that, and they did fix it, the voice pathology team, Juliana and Andrew, really helped me to learn how to use my voice, how to not only sing properly, but to take care of your voice and to speak properly. And to the idea of losing your voice when you love to sing and it's the essence of really who you are, is a really scary thing. And it's an honor and a privilege to be in this position to help raise some awareness, and to thank that great team, Dr. Rubin and his team, for helping me not only to get through that difficult time, but to set myself up for better things in the future. So I'm going to sing an original song called "Your Love's Been Good to Me," and again, thanks so much for having me. Let's try it. You know your love's been good to me. Thank God for it. Brightens up my darkest days. The road we've taken is less traveled these days. Love grows fast, often fades. Your love when times were tough never changed. You know your love's been good to me. It's nothing better. Brightens up my darkest days. The future's clearer, like the river to the sea. Time will flow, you will see. Your love made a man out of me. La-da-da. La-da-da. You know your love's been good to me. Thank God for it. Like the river to the sea. Time will flow, you will see. Your love made a man out of me. You know your love's been good to me. Thank God for it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me.
Well, thank you, Jibs. That was fantastic. We look forward to seeing more of you around town.
Yeah.
Before we go to our next phenomenal performer, I want to recommend that if any of you feel inspired during this show, please feel free to consider a donation to a charity of your choice. We would encourage you to donate to the National Spasmodic Dysphonia Association. Spasmodic dysphonia is a neurologic disorder of the larynx that is very difficult to treat. It requires constant Botox injections. There are numerous research projects occurring all throughout the world. The NSDA does a great job of funding these. They also provide support groups for the population that has this disorder. You can go to the NSDA website at dysphonia.org. We will post that in a moment as well. So if you feel inspired, please feel free to contribute anything. $1, $5, $10 would be great. So our next performer is
Katrina Van Manen. I'm excited to introduce her. She's a fantastic classical singer. She has her own private voice studio where she has many students. So I would encourage you to check her out, Van Manen Studios in Berkeley. She's been teaching online and I think in person too lately. and she can be seen at the Modo Opera or Opera Modo, and she's currently rehearsing to play Cinderella in the production of Into the Woods. They're gonna go in May, right?
I think it's May 25th to 29th.
Perfect.
You can check out the website at www.operamodo.com. That's OPERAMODO. But enough of us. Here is Katrina.
Hello everyone, my name's Katrina Van Manen and I'm a professional singer and voice teacher located in Metro Detroit. I came to Dr. Rubin in February of 2020, right before the pandemic, when I noticed that my voice just wasn't responding the way that I was used to. I'd had a very difficult 2 years and I was working a ton, using my voice all day and doing all those things you're not supposed to do, like singing through colds and all of that. So I'd really just pushed my body and my voice to its limit and I needed a break. We had discovered, Dr. Rubin and I, that I had some scarring on my left vocal fold, so I underwent a laryngoscopy in July, and I'm happy to say that with the help of Dr. Rubin and Juliana, I am back and better than ever. So thank you so much to all of the staff at Lakeshore Professional Voice Center for shepherding me through this super scary process and in a pandemic nonetheless. So thank you for giving me my voice back.
Just moved in to 14G, so cozy, calm, and peaceful. Heaven for a mouse like me, with quiet by the leaseful. Pets are banned, parties too, and no solicitations. Window seat with garden view, a cozy nook to read a book. I'm lost in my Jane Austen when I hear say it isn't so, not the flat below, from an opera wannabe in 13G, a matinee of some cantata, Wagner's Ring and Traviata. My first night in 14G, I'll put up with Puccini, brew myself a cup of tea, crochet until she's feeny. 8:30, not a peep except the clock tick-tocking. Now I lay me down to sleep, a comfy bed to rest my head, a stretch, a yawn. I'm almost gone when do tueru, do tare, do spilidoro fuero, na 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 na. Now the girl upstairs wakes me unawares, blowing down from 15G, her reveille. She's scatting like her name is Ella. Guess who answers a cappella? Zoot-doo, flirty-doy. Zoot-doo, flirty-doy. I'm not one to raise my voice, make a fuss, or speak my mind, but might I query, would you mind if, could you kindly stop? That felt good. Stop! 13, 15, 14G, a most unlikely trio, not quite three-part harmony. All day, all night, we're singing. Zoot-doo, floyd-it, I'll be
Katrina.
That was impressive. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so our next performer is Isabel Ribic. She is a lovely, talented 13-year-old who has graced us with her presence here today, and we are thrilled to have her. So without further ado, Isabel Ribic.
Hi, my name is Isabel Ribic. I'm 13 years old and I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan. I love to sing, but in the fall I was having some problems with my voice. So my voice instructor referred me to Dr. Rubin and Juliana, and I went through voice therapy, but I'm feeling much better now. And today I'm going to be singing What Baking Can Do from the musical Waitress, and I hope you enjoy. Make it work, make it easy, make it clever, craft it into pieces, make it sweet, crimp the edges, or make it sour, serve with lemon wedges. Even doubt can be delicious, and it washes off all the dirty dishes. When it's done, I can smile. It's on someone else's plate for a while. I'll place it on display, and then I'll slice and serve my worries away. I can fix this, I can twist it into sugar, butter, covered pieces. Never mind what's underneath it, I have done it before. I'll bake me a door to help me get through. I learned that from you, Mama. It's amazing what baking can do. Make it up and surprise them. Tell them all my secrets, but disguise them so they dance on the toes of the very people that their secrets from. Make it soon, make it better, though better never lasts forever. I'll make it small so it fits. Even this, even now, even as the walls come tumbling down, even as I can't stop remembering how every door we ever made, we never once walked out. Something I never got the chance to ask her about. So with flour on my hands, I'll show them all how gosh darn happy I am. Sugar, butter, flour, don't let me down. Let's see the next amazing thing baking does now. Bye, thank you.
Okay, well, this is supposed to be educational as well. So we have the magic spin wheel here, and we are going to pick a question about vocal health to leave you something with, a little tidbits of knowledge.
And these questions come from our patients. So we picked our top 10 questions.
Yes.
And they're in there.
Here it
So let's
goes.
see which
Here it
one
goes.
we
Oh
get.
boy, I lost it. Okay, here's one. Oh, I'm too old to read that. Will you read it, please?
Number 40. So we have the
Yes.
list there.
Oh, go ahead, grab the list.
I feel I have mucus in my throat every single day, and I have to clear my throat often.
Well, that's interesting. So this is a very common complaint. And I am here to tell you, I can't give you the exact number, but in my guess, I would say probably 98, 99% of people who feel a big glob of mucus in their throat don't have any mucus in their throat or nothing significant. And we know this because we get to look when people are feeling this way. And it's probably from irritated nerves sending funny signals back to the brain. I call it phantom mucus, mucus that your brain is feeling, but it's not really there. You can think of sometimes amputees have hand pain or diabetics have burning feet. You know, same kind of thing. It's probably related to some neuralgia. It could be caused by any irritant from reflux or perhaps even just from neuralgia, from nerve irritation itself. So there, in general, it's not good to clear your throat. You're banging your vocal folds together very vigorously. So there are other things you can do to help alleviate that sensation.
Yes, hold this for me.
Okay.
So when you clear your throat, you're actually getting into a vicious circle of generating inflammation because, as Dr. Rubin said, you're banging the vocal folds together. So we need to try to avoid it. And certain things we can do is have your water at hand, take a sip, chin down, and swallow really hard with your chin down. That is one thing. Another thing you can do is try to do like an airy cough to see if anything moves up and down. You can swallow, spit it out. And the other thing we like to do is do a couple sips in a row after we do the airy cough. So we do the and then 1, 2, and then you inhale, let it out to try to get like new sensory information sent to that brain.
I think we should see that in slow motion. No, I'm just kidding. But wait, don't go anywhere. I also, there are medications we could try to treat empirically certain things which might help. But often I tell people they can use a little self-slap therapy, which is basically stop clearing your throat. So in any case, onward. Our next performer is a Detroit icon, Vinny Dombroski, the front man for the Detroit-based band Sponge.
And they've been playing together for over 30 years. And we think that Vinny, being the lead singer in that band, is a great example of having good vocal behavior and vocal hygiene and being able to have a long lasting career.
Vinny is a rocker who takes his voice very seriously. He has been very diligent throughout all the time we've known him, and he's a blast, as you will see, as I'm sure you will enjoy this.
Hey folks, this is Vinny Dombroski, and I'm here to say I love my vocal team. My team got me on the road to good vocal health after a successful vocal fold surgery performed by Dr. Rubin and voice therapy with Juliana. I'm adopting good vocal habits. Dr. Rubin asked me one day years ago if I drank whiskey when I sang. And I said, of course I do. Doesn't everybody drink whiskey when they sing? He said, Vin, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. So I no longer do that. But he said it was okay to sing songs about whiskey. And I'm going to sing you a song about drinking whiskey. But before I do that, I always blow bubbles. So, with that said, this is a song I wrote. It's called X's Over My Eyes. It goes like this. X's over my eyes. X's over my eyes. I hope I ain't wasted for the whiskey run dry. X's over my eyes. Life ain't worth living if there's no whiskey drinking, and you know I am thirsty as a whale. So pour me a double, put my belly to the bar. I'll drink it till my foot hits the rail. X is over my eyes. X is over my eyes. I hope I am wasted for the whiskey runs dry. X is over. X is over. X is over my eyes. All outlaws got to keep up their reputation.
Well, that was a lot of fun. And, you know, Vinny, you're absolutely right. You should not drink whiskey before you sing. I never said, you know, you couldn't have a little whiskey before moderating a Zoom virtual voice day concert. So here, folks, that's for you.
I'm not going to drink this.
I know, I'm just kidding. We're going to hold off. We're not going to do that. Well, in all seriousness, you should avoid imbibing anything that's terribly irritating to the throat, obviously. that can affect you in your singing. And also, if your mental status is not great, you might not be thinking about your technique as much, might not be paying as close attention to your voice, and that can cause problems. You might wake up with very little voice present.
Anyway, our next performer, Julia Marzocca. She is a mechanical engineer that enjoys singing, playing the piano and ukulele for fun. And her biggest claim to fame is that she was involved in an a cappella group, which she directed for a couple years too. And the name of the group is C Flat Run, and you can check them out on YouTube. They sound fantastic.
Awesome. I just taught her the phrase claim to fame.
Yes.
Because
Did I say it
Juliana's
right?
from Argentina, as we discussed, was perfect. It was great. She teaches me Spanish.
And I failed.
Hi everyone, my name is Julia. So just to give a little music background for me, I grew up loving music as most of us do. I played the piano, ukulele, and of course I love to sing. So growing up in school, I was always in choir and a cappella groups, and then in college I was really involved in a co-ed a cappella group, and that was definitely one of the most memorable parts of my college experience. So towards the end of college, I started to notice that my voice was not really singing the same, and I was really hoarse and strained throughout the day. And so finally in October 2020, I found myself at Dr. Rubin's office, and we found a nodule on my vocal cords. So basically from there, we made a plan to do voice therapy with Juliana and to get surgery to remove the polyp. And here we are today. So I just want to express how grateful I am to Dr. Rubin and Juliana and really everyone at Lakeshore. I felt so taken care of and understood throughout this entire process. And now I also definitely have a much greater appreciation for my voice. This process was a bit of a reality check for me that we really only have one body, one life, and so it's so important to take care of it and nurture it. And yeah, so I'm just really grateful to be here and to be able to sing for you all. See it clearer, but my breath fogged up the glass, and so I drew a new face in the light. I guess what I've been saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of anything. with the seasons is what we aim to do. Our name is our virtue, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours.
Okay, it's time for our next question. Are you ready? Would you like to spin
I'll
the
do
wheel?
it.
Okay,
Yes,
spin the
yes.
wheel.
This is so exciting. Woohoo!
Got one?
Yes, number 87.
You read it. Oh, it's on the other side.
No, it's here.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. The last thing I want to hear from you, Dr. Rubin, is that I have vocal fold nodules.
Ah, yes. What every singer is terrified of hearing from a doctor. Ironically, if you really have vocal fold nodules, that's about as good as you can get for a vocal fold traumatic lesion. And that's because these are pinpoint calluses that typically go away with voice therapy. Now, you may have heard Julia say initially that she had a nodule, and then she corrected herself later and said she had a polyp. No one ever has a nodule. Nodules are pinpoint bilateral, meaning they're on both vocal folds directly opposite from each other. Wait, let me do it again. Directly opposite from each other, and they're symmetrical. And those typically are non-surgical lesions that will go away with voice therapy. So if you have to have what we call a phonotraumatic mass or phototraumatic masses, nodules are your best bet because, like I said, they'll go away with therapy. Jillian Newton is an educator and singer in Metro Detroit. She recently completed her master's degree in choral conducting from Westminster Choir College. While there, she sang in the symphonic chorus and performed with the New York Philharmonic and the Philadelphia Orchestra. Being a Philly boy, I appreciate that greatly. Professionally, Jillian works as a high school choir teacher at Fordson High School, and she's contracted with the Philadelphia Orchestra's paid chorus. She's taught and sang all over the country, including with the Phoenix Chorale in Arizona and the Spoleto Festival in South Carolina. She is thrilled to be back in her home state of Michigan, and we are so excited to have her part of our World Voice Day concert. Here's Jillian.
Hello, my name is Jillian Newton, and I am an educator and a singer in the Dearborn, Detroit area. I first met Dr. Rubin and his team last fall when I noticed some extra tension and some extra fatigue in my voice more than usual. I met his entire team, and they gave me a very thorough examination, 2 different types of scopes, and we were able to make a plan to go forward. I then met with Juliana Codino on a weekly basis, and every week I noticed improvement. She gave me exercises which I continue to use today, and now I'm able to maintain my voice and I feel comfortable singing and speaking in both my high and my low range. I will continue to use these exercises for many years to come, and it's really made a big difference. I'm excited to be part of World Voice Day this year. I am classically trained, so I'm going to be singing an opera aria for you. This is an opera by Rossini. It's called The Barber of Seville. The aria is called Una voce poco fa. It's sung by Rosina. And it's about this quiet voice in her heart that's telling her that she's going to win over that guy, Lindoro, that she's so excited about. He doesn't know it yet, but he'll know soon. She's very clever. She talks about how clever she's going to be and just how much she's going to win him over. It's a very fun song to sing. I hope you enjoy. Una voce poco fa, qui nel cor mi risuonò, il mio cor ferito è già, l'indorto che mi agò. Il tutto ricuzzerò, il riangegno aguzzerò, alla pensa chiederò e contagliare resterò. Sì, l'indorto decidere, mi fa guidar, mi fa guidar. Ma se mi toccano dove mi debbono, sarò novibera, sarò. E cento trappole prima di cedere, farò giocare. E cento trappole prima di cedere, farò giocare. E cento trappole prima di cedere, e cento trappole farò giocare, e cento trappole farò giocare, e cento trappole farò giocare.
Our next performer, I'm very excited to hear this. He's Brian Jones. He's a hip hop artist from Detroit. He's also a producer, and you can follow him on Instagram with his stage name, The ROC.
Rap on contact.
And you can follow him on all those social media sites with I Am The Rock.
Yes, and I think Juliana should do that again, but rap it this time.
Okay, yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the ROC. A little something different for your palate this time around. Welcome to World Voice Day 2021 virtual concert. I'm going to do a number called Clouds Black Out the Sun from one of my previous albums. What the song is about is sometimes the clouds do black out the sun, you know, but there's always brighter days behind those clouds, you know. Yeah, here we go. Even though I'm out front, they still don't see me there. I am breathing. So many sins can't win. Them pearly gates get even further, and I can't reach them. Smoke clears, got a pierce and deletes me. What I fear, 3, 5, 4, 5, I better prepare. Oh boy, my train deranged, get it right off them tracks today. Yes, Lord, my safety's in jeopardy. I tuck that thread away, put that gun away, put that blade away, put that gun away, put that blade away. Fist now in place, swing like an M tray at the clouds in space, looking for sun rays. Yeah, I cry cause I'm a man with a taste for destruction, tucked in my sin speech or something, run in the wind cause the world's not coming. And I'm locked in a 9 to 5 and I must comply, and I can't deny, marriage deemed to die. Imagine when I fly, but that's a dream alive. Clouds black out the sun, the sun, the sun. Clouds black out the sun, the sun, the sun. Clouds black out the sun, the sun, the sun. Clouds black out the sun, the sun. My world is stuck in a state of flux. What's up or down? No right or left, no right to rest. Here for the life, here after death. No fear suppressed. My affinities for these entities that infringe on me like a centipede. I elude the feed so we can see me. On your internet, no intellect till I'm a chest flex and stare at the sky. Pray the sunrise, thank God for that. And I got to catch this wrestling match called life inject. My soul is whole with many holes. I know the road has many folks. I can't eat with them all, no. I've been blessed, I've been cursed. I've had friends visit the hearse. I pray that God met them, no hurt. Even if they was doing wrong or right, they still as children curse. Since the birth of Adam and Eve, and them clouds formed the first. Darkened skies, so many lies. Look at the hurt in the eyes. Will you humans sympathize? Enter the mind of the lost, getting blind. Creating it all by design. Building these walls so no one will climb. Will you find the light in rhymes? Will you bind the light you find? Clouds black out the sun, the sun, the sun. Clouds black out the sun, the sun, the sun. Clouds black out the sun, the sun, the Them storms are coming, it's on its way. I better kick rocks before it hugs bees. Smell the bodies in the air. It's still clutch bees. As the rope is long and wide, the sign bells will still fight. Flights are low ground, the 9/11 take flight. The nights and tight, the days get longer, right? No place from face to face in a race with my race for our sake. I hope we both finish a plate and break bread. No ace and both beat the case. Heads up for all that I lost and still dying and rhyming. The hopes that when I fall, I'll be with my brother James, inspiring me to stay grinding, sun shining.
Clouds black out the sun, the sun, the sun. Clouds black out the sun, the sun, the sun. Clouds black out the sun, the sun, the sun. Clouds black out the sun, the sun.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the ROC. Thank you so much for this few minutes of your time. Also, thank you so much, Dr. Rubin and Juliana. I truly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Fantastic, and it was very cool to have a rapper in our concerts.
We have moves.
That's pretty good. Excellent.
So we're hearing lots of different genres of music today, and some styles like classical singing might take years of training to acquire that technique. Some other styles might just need a good musical ear and be able to stand on stage and face a grateful audience. Any musical style can be done in a vocally healthy way. As long as they're using good technique and they're being mindful of vocal hygiene tips that we discuss in the office very often, anything can be done in a healthy way.
Absolutely. And everyone can get training, regardless of the style of music, to learn good vocal technique. And on top of that, I should also say, if you're particularly in a rock or a genre like that, you want to have good monitors, good microphone, and all those other things that will help you give a great performance, hear yourself well, and preserve your vocal quality. So our next performer is an R&B soul singer, Maria Robbie, also known as Elusive. She has an album out called Timeless. You can search that up on the web. It's phenomenal. She actually won an award for the best new soul singer. I think the award was given in Great Britain.
Yes,
is that correct?
2019.
And we're excited to have her with us. Here she is.
Yes, I did a lot of that. Thanks to Dr. Juliana and Dr. Rubin. These are my lessons. I would like to thank them for inviting me to the virtual World Voice Day concert. Thank you so much. And I am actually an award winner in the UK. So I'd like to thank my husband, Craig Lane, aka Mr. Groove from Al Hudson and One Way. He's been so supportive with me and with his music. So this is my song called You're the Greatest Love of All. And here we go. And my husband produced my whole album. I want to thank y'all so much for improving my vocals. But I'm about to do this. Everybody wants a lover. Don't nobody wanna be alone. Let me tell you what I discovered. Two people in love equal one. I can tell you're feeling me by the look in your eyes. Won't you come explore with me? We could fall in love, just you and I. You're the sunshine in my life. You're the greatest love of all. Can't nobody take me away from you. You're the greatest love of all. You're the sunshine in my life. You're the greatest love of all. Things that you do. You're the greatest lover. I know I found a king for me.
Okay. Okay, it's time to spin the wheel. Oh, got one. I got one. It's number 632. 632.
Okay, great. So many questions. Let's see. My voice gets tired on the phone. Why? And what can I do about it? That's a great question. So when we speak on phones or even Bluetooth in the car, phones have filters. So not all the information that would go into the air if you're talking to someone face to face goes through the phone. So and there's also the lack of body language and gestures and face gestures on both sides. So I am talking on my side. I can't use body language myself, and I don't see the other person on the other side of the line doing okay or something like that with their heads and gestures. So we tend to add everything that goes into the message goes into the intonation patterns of our voices, and that's when sometimes instead of having a nice forward focus resonance, we end up sitting on our larynx and straining a little bit with our vocal folds and adding a lot of impact stress between them. So when you're on the phone, a good idea is to make sure why don't you show a good healthy phone use instead of doing this and holding the phone? Yes, so make sure the microphone is aiming to your mouth. If you're using the phone a lot throughout the day, you might want to consider getting a headset that has good noise canceling. If you're using the phone in the car, that's not great to have long conversations in the car because cars in movement can be very noisy. The noise in the background gets in. And then because you're competing with all those background noises, you think that you have to elevate the volume and therefore maybe strain your voice.
Great answer. Great answer.
Too long?
Maybe. All right, Juliana, spin the wheel.
Last question. 26.
26.
Let's see our list. When I'm sick, I speak in a whisper to preserve my voice. Is that the right thing to do?
Well, no. Actually, we did a study on this years ago. We looked at the position of the vocal folds, how the vocal folds close when people whisper versus when they speak normally. And in the majority of cases, when people whisper, they're squeezing their vocal folds together really tightly, so they can't actually vibrate with a regular frequency. And so there's a lot of hyperfunction there, a lot of pressure against the vocal folds. So it's actually usually in most people, whispering is more traumatic to the vocal folds than not. It's not 100% of the time, but the majority of cases. So, when you're sick, you just got to preserve. You have to, recognize that that you are not in your ideal vocal health. Stay hydrated, keep your fever down. If you have a cough, you want to see someone to see what you can do to get that cough under control, because the cough is going to potentially cause some trauma to your vocal folds. And you want to get a lot of rest and get your health back. Now, sometimes performers have to perform when they're sick. There are only a couple reasons why we absolutely recommend not performing coming off stage. And those include if there's a bleed in the vocal fold or what we call a vocal fold tear. But often we can get people through their colds with good medical treatment so that
and
they can
the performer can adjust.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe adjust melody, sing, don't give 200% in that final high note.
Depending on what they're doing. Learning how to preserve, think of longevity. And actually, most performers feel like they need to give like 500% to show their energy when it's a live performance. When in truth, the trick for a long career is showing how little effort is needed to be most effective. Our next two performers are,
Go ahead.
our next two performers are brother and sister, and they are insanely talented. They come from an insanely talented family. And I'm going to start with the brother, who's like a brother to me. Mike Errico is a New York-based recording artist, writer, and also a lecturing professor who's built his name on the strength of critically acclaimed releases and extensive composition for film and TV. And in addition to his recording and touring career, his opinions and insights have appeared in publications including the New York Times, CNN, Wall Street Journal, Fast Company, the UK Independent, and many others. He teaches songwriting at universities, including Yale. He and I both went to Yale, as did his sister. We sang together in an a cappella singing group, the Society of Orpheus and Bacchus, more appropriately known as the SOBs. He's also taught at Wesleyan and NYU's Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music. He has a book coming out. I'll let Juliana tell you about it.
Yes, his first book is coming out this fall, and it's called Music, Lyrics, and Life, a field guide for the advancing songwriter. So check it out on Amazon.
He's not just a brilliant singer and songwriter, he's just brilliant, period. And I really think that book is going to be very valuable for many people. I am so glad Mike agreed to join us today with his performance. I know you're going to enjoy it. Mike Errico.
Hello, I'm Mike Errico. How are you? A dear friend of Adam Rubin's. Well, that's not really that's not really fair to say. He's a dear friend of mine. He could hate me. I have no idea. But thank you for having me. Adam is my call. When I have a problem, I call him. Vocal problem. Other problems, I delegate to other doctors. How's this going, by the way? But anyway, Adam's amazing. My voice, thanks to him, is great. I've also slept at his house on tour. He's been very cool to me, and I love him. And I have a song for you, and check it out. I will now negate everything I just said via performance. Take care. May 21st, wind in the trees, on my way to work. I'm late again. High up in the leaves, versions of me I may not ever be, for being who I am. Am I doing this right? Am I doing it right? They're just paintings on the road, but I really want to know what's between the lines. Good look around, coffee and faces lost in what they found, like truth just pulled up slow. Once in a while, they jerk the wheel and hit the evening news. That's one way to go. Am I doing this right? Am I doing it right? They're just paintings on the road, but I really want to know what's between the lines. Easy come, easy go, with the gas tank running low, and the landscape drifting past, and I'm tongue-tied to the mast. It is what it is, but it never is. It never is. Am I doing this right? Am I doing it right? There's just paintings on the road, but I really want to know what's between the lines. What's between the lines?
That was beautiful. Mike is another great example of a rocker who has just paid close attention to his voice and stayed healthy and has maintained the voice after singing for, I won't say how many years, Mike, but it's more than I have. Our next performer, Melissa Errico, has been called the Maria Callas of the Broadway stage. She is a Tony Award nominated Broadway star. She's been in numerous Broadway productions. She's a favorite of Stephen Sondheim, and her recent album, Sondheim Sublime, the Wall Street Journal called the best all Sondheim album ever recorded, which is a pretty good notoriety. Melissa, I remember she was a freshman at Yale when I was there, and she went to a cattle call audition for some summer stock theater, and Richard Alexander, who was casting Les Mis at the time, heard her in her dressing room. And basically, from that, she got cast in the first as Cosette in the first national tour of Les Miserables. It was pretty incredible. So she has graced us with her presence today.
And she's also a writer for the New York Times.
Yes, that's true too. And the song she chose actually was from a show she did at Yale, She Loves Me, in which I had the pleasure of seeing her in. So here she is, Miss Melissa Errico.
Hi, this is Melissa Errico, and I wanted to send a song in celebration of the voice and vocal health awareness and so on. I haven't sung this song since college, but I thought of it, and a friend of mine had sent me a track. So sitting here in my little room, like Amalia Balash and She Loves Me, I thought this is a sweet song, and it's kind of a nice song at this weird time, as so much is so uncertain. Okay, let me see if I can make it work. Push play. This is a live performance. Will he like me when we meet? Will the shy and quiet girl he's going to see be the girl that he's imagined me to be? Oh, I messed up. Okay, so that's how that goes. Will he like me? Will he like the girl he sees? If he doesn't, will he know enough to know that there's more to me than I may always show? Will he like me? Will he know that there's a world of love waiting to warm him? How I'm hoping that his eyes and ears won't misinform him. Will he like me? Who can say? How I wish that we could meet another day. It's absurd for me to carry on this way. I'll try not to when I am in my room alone and I write. Thoughts come easily, words come fluently then. That's how it is when I'm alone. But tonight, there's no hiding behind my paper and pen. Will he know that there's a world of love waiting to warm him? How I'm hoping that his eyes and ears won't misinform him. Will he like me? I don't know. All I know is that I'm tempted not to go. It's insanity for me to worry so. I'll try not to. Will he like me? He's just got to. Will he like me? Will he like me? And turn off my little machine. Thank you, everyone, for listening and for having me be a part of this special occasion. And keep singing. Keep singing. As my teacher said to me when the pandemic started, singing is not canceled. Even if it's in your little room with your little tape and some track, you have no idea where you got this track. Just sing, you know? That's what I have to say, sing. All right. With love.
Well, that was just beautiful. Lovely. And thank you, Melissa. And now, Juliana's going to introduce two very special people.
Yes. Every year at Lakeshore, we have the pleasure to host a clinical fellowship in speech pathology. And our next performers are this year's clinical fellows, Annalisa Sussman and Andrew Keltz. They are both professional performers. Annalisa had a career in opera before she became a speech language pathologist, and Andrew in musical theater and acting. And they both had a change in careers and they went into speech pathology, and they joined us last summer and fall. And it's a pleasure to have them every day working with us. They are helpful, professional, responsible. They're great friends.
And fun.
And
fun. And they're going to be great voice pathologists.
Yes.
So here they are, and they've created a very touching video, and they gave us a special surprise, which we really enjoyed in the middle of it. Enjoy.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Andrew Keltz.
And I'm Annalisa Sussman, and we are this year's Clinical Fellows at Lakeshore Professional Voice Center.
And it has been so great to work with so many of you and get to know so many of you, even though we've done a lot of it online. So we just want to thank you all for being along for the ride with us as we worked with you on the internet.
Voice and swallowing therapy will never be the same again.
Happy World
Voice Day!
I'll be seeing you, although it can't be in the office. We just have to get used to all this Zoom. I'll be seeing you at your desk, your car, your kitchen table. Use data roaming, Wi-Fi cable. Any way that you are able. I I'm praying that the video works. I hope the sound does too.
I'll be looking at my Zoom, but I'll be seeing you.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you see me?
Finally, the internet has connected us. Well, I'm on the Zoom call now. This is Emily Schrader zooming in from Columbus, Ohio.
Hi, this is Katie Marks calling in from Boston. Happy World Voice Day!
Hello, I'm Holly Reckers, zooming in from Columbia University in sunny New York City. Have an awesome World Voice Day! Woo!
Hey y'all, this is Wendy zooming in from Boston, Mass. Happy World Voice Day!
Hey, this is Austin calling in from Orlando. Happy World Voice Day, everybody.
Howdy, y'all. It's Teresa zooming in from Houston Methodist at the Texas Voice Center. Happy, wonderful World Voice Day. Miss you.
I'll be seeing you, though different than it was before. Who would have guessed we'd be in store for all this Zoom?
On a computer screen, safely home in quarantine. You get the email, click the link, then download Zoom.
I did, I think.
I'll be seeing you. I hope before it's time to go to teach you resonance and flow
And share some voice techniques I know. I'm praying that the video works. I hope the sound does too.
I'll be looking at my Zoom,
But I'll be seeing. Okay, we're almost there. You just have to turn your camera on.
Well, thank you for joining us,
Thank
everybody. I
you.
hope you enjoyed this. I hope it inspires you to listen to your own voice. Make sure you don't ignore any sustained change in your vocal quality, and inspired you to keep your voice as healthy as possible. Do whatever you can to do so. If you want tips or pointers, you can go to our website at www.lakeshoreent.com. They're also
Or read his book.
Oh, thank you. Yes, the vocal pit stop, keeping your voice on track, available on Amazon and at our office as well. So in any case, this has been a wonderful event, I hope, for you. Thank you to all our performers, and hopefully next year we will be doing this live. A reminder, please, if you're inspired, donate to the charity of your choice. And we would encourage you to donate to the National Spasmodic Dysphonia Association. You can find them on the web. So thank you, everybody. We're gonna do an exit song here. It's a nice, beautiful, mellow. Actually, we're gonna be singing in Portuguese.
It's bossa nova.
Yeah.
I like to keep Dr. Rubin out of his comfort zone, and I made him sing in Portuguese, and he did pretty well.
And I have no idea what I'm saying.
And yeah.
So, before we do it, we wanted to introduce the musicians who are playing on it as well.
It's part of our Lakeshore band.
Yeah, it's part of our Lakeshore band, Identity Crisis, which sadly has not been able to play like
Or
many other
rehearse, yeah.
bands or performers around the world due to this awful virus. But we have with us for this concert our lead guitarist, Dr. Eric Sargent, who is a neurotologist with Lakeshore Ear, Nose, and Throat Center and Michigan Ear Institute. And we have Dr. Ian Bowers, who is one of our fantastic otolaryngology residents, who's in his training, and I make him play the bass or he won't graduate.
pau, é pedra, é o fim do caminho, é o resto de toco, é um pouco sozinho, é um caco de vidro, é a vida, é um sol, é a noite, é a morte, é um laço, é um sol, é peroba no campo,
Da madeira,
cainga, caindê,
e uma tita pereira,
é madeira de vento,
como na ribanceira,
o mistério profundo,
é
o vento vetando, é o fim da ladeira, é a viga, é o val, festa de comeira.
E a chuva chovendo conversa repera das águas de março é o fim de canseira.
É o peu, é o chão,
É a marcha estradeira,
passarinho na mão,
pedra de derradeira,
é uma ave no céu,
é uma ave no chão,
é um regato, uma fonte,
é um pedaço de pau,
é o fundo do pouco, é o fim do caminho. No rosto um desgosto, é um pouco sozinho, é um step,
é um prego,
é uma conta,
é um conto,
é um pingo,
pingando,
é uma conta,
é um ponto,
é um peixe, é um
é
gesto,
uma prata brilhando,
é a luz da manhã,
é o tijolo chegando,
é a lenha, é o dia, é o fim da picada, a garrafa de cana, estilaço na estrada,
é o projeto de casa, o corpo na cama, é a carro enguiçada, é a lama, é a lama,
é um passo,
é um ponche,
é um sapo,
é um rá,
é um resto
mato
na luz
da manhã.
São as águas de março fechando o verão, a promessa de vida no teu coração.
É uma cobra, é um pau, é Joel,
é José,
um espinho,
na mão,
é um corte,
no pé. São as águas de março fechando o verão, a promessa de vida no teu coração.
é pau,
É pedra,
é o fim
do caminho,
é o resto,
de toco,
é um pouco,
sozinho, é um passo, uma ponte,
é um sapo, é um rá,
é um belo horizonte.
é uma febre terça.
São as águas de março fechando o verão, a promessa de vida no teu coração. Pau,
Herda,
im,
inho,
esto,
oco, inho,
aco,
hidro,
ida, oite,
oche,
aço.
zo.
São as águas de março fechando o verão, a promessa de vida no teu coração. Tarara, zazaziza, zazazeze, 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 zazazeze,
That was great. Very fun. Yeah, let's not do that. So let's take it again.
Okay.
So our first performer is.
And wait, it was too long.
It was.
It
What
was
was too long? The whole thing?
The intro.
Oh, was it really?
I think so.
Okay, should we do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Do we
from
wanna
where?
stop
From
and-
where? From where?
From the beginning.
Okay.
Like make a shorter version.
All right.
Do you want to stop
I'll
or
try.
put a?
No. Oh, you want to stop? No, let's just save it. We'll just.
It's so
I'll just
uncomfortable.
cut it up. You know. Okay.
I'm hot. Can we turn off the fire?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's not even seeing it. Yeah. So funny. Okay.
Okay.
Better, princess?
No.
Okay. Was that okay? I kind of hogged
Yes.
it.
No, that was perfect. I think
Wait,
it's
am I still
short
recording? I
is
can't tell.
better.
Our next performer is the Detroit icon, Vinny Dombroski, the frontman of the Detroit-based band Sponge.
And we think Vinny is a great example of a healthy voice use throughout a career.
All right, Juliana, spin the wheel.
Last question of the night. Woohoo! Number 29. Oh, when I say,
Let's do it again.
I
Go
forgot
ahead,
which question I was supposed to read.
That was awesome. Okay, get on. Ready? Ready? This is where.
Okay, but faster, right?
As you know, COVID has created real chaos and caused many horrible things. There have been a lot of sequelae for the voice and the larynx in general, primarily from people who've been intubated for a long period of time. Having an endotracheal tube in your throat and between your vocal folds for a significant period of time can cause trauma to the larynx. It can cause scarring of the vocal folds together, which can narrow the airway. That's called stenosis. And by the way, the most important thing the voice box does is provide an airway. And it can also cause trauma to the vocal folds. It can cause immobile or paralyzed vocal folds. There's another complication called post-intubation phonatory insufficiency, or PPPIPI, where the endotracheal tube erodes the medial aspects of the cartilages that rotate the vocal folds. And that's essentially an incorrectable problem. It can leave people really permanently hoarse. So you're going to see some images and hear a bit from a gentleman who has been sharing his story on his Facebook page, and is a story of survival with some elements of voice loss as well. His name is Linus Parker.
Good day. My name is Linus Parker. As you're all well aware, COVID has just ravaged our country, our world with this pandemic. And there's been a number of voice-related losses due to prolonged intubations. Going into this COVID scenario, I was very healthy. I didn't have any underlying conditions. However, I was told that I had an expectation that I would be intubated for 3 or 4 days while my lungs recovered. I woke up 32 days later by the grace of God. I am a statistical anomaly, but I'm here to tell you that there is hope. I was actually almost 2.5 months into my COVID journey, and Dr. Rubin actually was doing a round while I was at the rehabilitation spot that I was in, and I was telling him about my breathing and my swallowing, and basically I could tell there was something going on. Obviously with my voice, it was very breathy in my dialogue. So Dr. Rubin did an initial scope and identified that I had a paralyzed vocal cord. There was certainly a optimism on my part to think that I could go through voice rehabilitation and regain some of the function that I had lost. But you know, it was clear, because based on my occupation, which is an account executive, I'm customer facing. I am the tip of the spear when it comes to sales and what I do for a living. So obviously there was a great deal of concern that I had about where I was at the beginning. But through prayer and through rehabilitation, I've regained a majority of my vocal capability. The body is amazing. I have set up a COVID support group on Facebook, and you're welcome to join. And I hope that it brings you hope and joy like it's done for me. So with that, I say good day, and let your voice be heard.